Hi everyone, Sneemaster here with an update to the Aegis Retaliator. CIG has updated the Retaliator bomber in patch 3.23 to be more modular, so I figured I'd make a new video to show off the changes. The Retaliator is now a multi-purpose multi-crew ship with different modules you can install to add new features. They also changed the interior and other features to be more functional with future docking systems and player movement. The Retaliator is 71 meters long, 30 meters wide, and 12.5 meters high. The Retaliator is designed for a crew of 4 to 7, 1 pilot, 5 gunners, and an engineer. The pilot sits alone at the front without a co-pilot. The cockpit view is excellent for a large bomber. Right behind this section is the forward lower turret. There is one captain's room behind the cockpit on the starboard side with a basic bed and some storage. On the second floor above it are 6 bunks for the rest of the crew, along with weapon storage and the front upper turret. Moving along the portside walkway, you can see through the window to the first module area. This walkway leads to the central hub of the ship. On the starboard side, there is a door leading to a large bathroom for one person to use at a time. It has a single toilet, shower, sink, and some storage lockers. In this central hub, you have a crew elevator on the starboard side and a docking port on the port side. There used to be 2 elevators on the old Retaliator, but that was changed to put a horizontal docking port to remove the one on the roof. This does change how the ship will dock to future large ships though, as previous pictures showed the Retaliator docking underneath ships like the Pegasus or Bengal. Now it will have sideways access, which makes more sense. You can also access the bow module section from here. There is also some component access in this section. From the hub are 2 doors leading to the rear of the ship. They each have component access points and access to upper side turrets along these hallways. There is access to the engineering section as well as a door to the aft module section. Further to the rear, the 2 hallways connect to meet at the lower rear turret. The Retaliator is a well-defended ship. It now has 6 size 2 shields as well as decent hull strength. It does not have very high armor, but enough redundancies to withstand a bit of damage and keep on flying. It also has lower emissions for a ship this large, so it can sneak through areas that other ships wouldn't. There is a size 2 quantum drive, a size 2 quantum fuel tank, and 2 size 1 hydrogen fuel tanks. This gives it decent range as a multi-crew ship, but not as good as other large ships, so it's closer in fuel capacity to a Drake Cutlass. It has an SCM speed of 200 meters a second and a nav speed of 1000 meters a second, which is about the same as a Drake Corsair and faster than a Crusader Hercules. That's a pretty fast combat speed, but somewhat sluggish nav speed. It's also not the most maneuverable ship, also about the same as a Drake Corsair. There are large VTOL engines on the ship that rotate for takeoff from heavy gravity locations. The Retaliator by default comes with 0 cargo storage, but about 8000K micro SCU gear stowage, which is quite a lot. You can now get a cargo module for the front section with 38 SCU storage, and the rear section for 36 SCU storage. You can also store small ground vehicles in them, only up to the size of a Great Cat STV buggy or smaller. Hover bikes or the Drake Mule fit great in these modules for basic exploration or cargo loading. The STV is also useful for exploration or transport, but sadly the Great Cat Rock is too large for these cargo modules, so the Retaliator is not very useful for mining operations. The Tumbril Cyclone won't fit either, nor the Ursa Rover or any tanks, so you can't carry any serious ground combat or medical vehicles. In the future, you could install a forward dropship module with 12 jump seats, once CIG releases it. There is no aft dropship module listed though. You could also install personnel modules in the future for both front and rear sections with features like tables, chairs, and maybe even a small kitchen for the crew to eat at. Again, we have to wait for CIG to release those, but it would make the ship good for long-range exploration or scouting. Of course, there are tons of weapons on the ship. You can install forward and aft torpedo modules with 4 size 9 torpedoes in the front and 2 size 9 torpedoes in the rear, all pilot controlled. These are very heavy torpedoes with just 1 or 2 able to take out large ships like the Crusader Hercules. The torpedoes are also very long range, roughly 30 kilometers or so. The size 9 torpedoes aren't fast, but they do a lot of damage. The slower speed does mean the torpedoes could be shot down or evaded, so keep that in mind. I hope CIG also creates some missile launcher modules in the future for more normal sized missiles to use the Retaliator as a missile boat, but we'll have to see. There are 5 manned turrets around the ship, 2 below the ship with 1 in front and 1 in the rear. Then 3 turrets on top, 1 in front and 2 in the rear. Currently 3 turrets have dual size 3 guns and the 2 upper rear turrets have dual size 2 guns, but CIG is upping the size of the smaller guns in patch 3.23.1 to make them all size 3 guns. so this ship will do a ton of damage if you have a full crew. The seating in the turrets was increased as well so that players can rotate and see better from inside the turrets. But that also makes the turrets look huge now, and they are very big targets for other ships to shoot at, so be careful. There are no pilot-controlled guns unfortunately, so that restricts any combat if you are a single player, aside from any torpedoes you have. The base Retaliator without any modules runs for $160 war bond or $175 credit on time-limited sales, and you can buy the modules separately. The modules run between $30 to $75 each. The Retaliator with just both cargo modules preloaded runs for $200 war bond or $225 store credit. The Retaliator with just torpedo modules runs for $255 war bond or $285 with store credit. You can buy the Retaliator with all the modules for $360 war bond or $400 in store credit. All versions come with 120-month insurance, no LTI. The Retaliator comes with a dark gray paint, but you can buy other paints for it, such as the gray paint, which is a lighter gray tone, the twilight paint, which has a camouflage pattern, the backlash paint, which is yellow and dark gray, the calico paint, which is a light gray, almost tan color, and then the underbrush paint with a green and gray color. The new features on the Retaliator make it much more fun for multi-crew shenanigans now. You can mix and match modules depending on your need. Do you want to blow up ships and then carry a bit of cargo? You can do that both now, with one torpedo module and one cargo module at the same time. The future modules will improve the options for the ship even further. The Retaliator will be great for bombing runs, gunship attacks, cargo runs, exploration, and dropping troops in combat locations. It would be great at blockade running with the stealth speed and many turrets. It's perfect for underground bunker missions since you can just blow up the facility turrets with your torpedoes and guns, and then drop hover bikes or a Drake Mule to explore or pick up any loot. A mix of torpedoes and cargo modules is also perfect for Jump Town to clear out the enemy and steal the loot. The Retaliator is also great working with other ships. If you team up with a Mantis or EMP ships, then you can pull ships out of quantum travel and disable or destroy them. Perfect for pirates or law enforcement. The only drawbacks of the ship is that the ship is a bit slow in turning, so don't get into dogfights with it. Boom and zoom. Also, the cargo modules are small, so you can't carry a lot of cargo or larger ground vehicles. Second, the ship is very long, so it needs large landing pads or hangars. And finally, the turrets are all manned guns, so you need a physical crew in combat. This prevents useful solo combat with a ship, unlike ships like the Corsair that you can fly with a single player. But it does make up for that with more damage in all angles around the ship if you have a fully manned crew. Ships like the Corsair, Caterpillar, or Hercules have weaker turrets, or they don't have a great coverage around the ship. So those ships tend to need fighter support against smaller, more agile attackers that can get behind those ships. The Retaliator, on the other hand, can hit targets anywhere around the ship, and combined with good SCM speed and size 3 guns, it can escape attackers more easily. Not only is the Retaliator a dangerous porcupine for attackers, it also looks great. For aesthetics alone, it's a nice ship to get, and the new modularity improves it immensely. Alright, so that's it for the updated Aegis Retaliator. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. You can use my referral code if you decide to jump into Star Citizen, and you'll get 5,000 extra in-game credits. Here's a big thank you to my current patrons. Please check out my Patreon membership to help me make more videos. All patrons and members will have their names listed at the end of my videos and get access to my Discord channel. Patrons and members also have first pick in the next item I'll cover, so feel free to sign up and let me know what you'd like to see next. Okay, catch you next time.